Sorry about that. Alright, so I got this from another artist, and I was thinking, hey, I want to replicate this a little bit and see if I can do it. Which I was able to replicate it, but I did realize that the idea of sewing probably would have been a better idea than glue, but I did it no-sew way just because I know not everybody has a sewing machine, and I'd prefer to know how to do it no-sew. Now, I do want to make it bigger because I love this idea, but I think it's too small. I don't like how small it is. So, we're going to go after making a bigger size of these. And this goes into my collection there. Alright, so I was thinking having it, I just took a Crackle Barrel box and cut the big rectangles and the small one so far. Now I'm thinking I want it to be 4 by 5. That was my thought process. I thought 4 by 5, or actually maybe a little bit less. So 3 3/4 by 5 would be even better, I think, in this situation. So there we go. And this one will be 3 3/4. Oops, let's make sure it's 3 3/4 first. 3 3/4 tall. And the first one I did 5. So I want it to be 4 1/2. Alright. Have no idea what I'm going to be doing that end piece like, or that middle piece yet, so I'm going to wait on that. Actually, I think what I'm just going to do is measure this at 1 inch. I think that will work just fine. An inch would be way big enough. We're gonna stick it on the thing together here. I'm just doing it this way so you can see. This way, if we turn it around, yeah, it'll still work good. So there we go. Now I'm gonna glue my pieces on to here, I think, after I see if I can punch out these edges here. Yeah. We want our edges circular, so that's what I'm doing here, so I know which way's which. With all of them. All right. Where is it? I just dropped it and now I can't find it. Lovely. Found it. All right. So this is going to be the inside. This is going to be the other side, and I got to remember our circles are always going to be at the bottom. So this one I kind of want right here, I think. And this one I want up here. This one, it really don't matter where I stick it. But these two I want to stick in a particular spot. So let's get to gluing. And I'm probably only going to make one of these. Just a heads up. I know I've been doing 2s a lot lately, but this one's a little bit more difficult to do. And this may be a 2-parter just because it's a little bit more difficult to do. Not sure yet. I just don't want my cereal box being seen. Or not cereal box, but Apple Barrel mac and cheese box. Cracker Barrel. Alright. I'm just going to cut this down first because this was the first we glued. Make sure I stick my pin in there. So there we go, that first one. And I'm going to keep this for collage.
That's like a normal one.
What's like a normal one?
Why do you show it though?
Because I'm recording. My kids just figured out that Mommy just started recording again. This happens more often than not.
This is just like a normal one.
Okay, but stop.
That's wet.
Again, all my rounded corners go like that. So there we go. And I'm just going to cut this out. And this is going to get put in my collage area. Alright. So we got all our pieces ready to go here that are going to go on it. Now I want to make sure this piece has a little bit of an indent. And I'm going to put the indent at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take it to my bone, or my little thing here. 1. I may do this 2, just because this is thicker. 3. And this way it will flip open when we want it to.
What's Mommy doing?
Now I want to get my papers for this. I'm just going to use this paper. No, because I'm in the middle of a video, Bella. Please stop. So I made this. Stop. 4.5 by 3 3/4. So I want these pages to be round. Well, you know what? I might just do it this way. So we'll check here, make sure this is correctly aligned. All right. So I want this at 3.5 inches. That one's at 3.5. This one at 3.5. Then I have a tiny piece left over, because all I need is 4 pieces here. So then forgot the thing here. Just double checking again. 4.5. So I want this at if it's at 4.5, then we want it cut at 4 1/4. So we got all our pages cut here. A little bit shorter than the one beforehand. Stop! I am doing a video, Rosie. Please stop it. Don't want to have to redo the video. And rounding each of the corners here. I know that's strange. Why am I rounding these corners? But because they're going to get glued down like the rest, we want these corners looking like the other corners. There. So we got all our plain white, or our papers that we're going to be adding to the journal ready to go. Now, I recommend finding a sander or something that will sand, and just sanding all the way around. I'm using a foot stone to do exactly that, to sand my corners here. It just gives it a rougher edge. And I mean, you could even do this with your scissors. I'm just choosing not to use my scissors this time to try roughing up the edge. And if any pieces start coming up like that, just take your glitter glue and glue them down. Just makes them sharper corners dim out a little. So there's that piece that is kind of coming up on me. Again, I'm just taking my art glitter glue and gluing it down. And add this piece coming up on me. I don't necessarily glue the best the first time, if you can't tell. Alright. Now this one, I kind of want to go with that blue distress ink again. I really like how it looked on the last one, so that's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to distress with blue ink instead of my normal vintage, or not vintage, walnut stain that I normally use. So, there we go. We're getting there. Now, I'm going to start gluing my papers down. This is how I do it. You do you. You can easily stretch the, or have these stitched onto it. I just thought this was way better and easier. Again, it's way easier to line up.
One more time, then I get it back.
And it's the same concept as before, so you guys, I'm doing a video. Do that in your bedroom and close your door. Please. My apologies for them being loud. It's going to happen. I have kids. I try to keep it under control the best I can. My youngest likes being the center of attention and does not like me doing my videos for the reason of not being my center of attention. I love her to death, but being center of attention is more important to her. Now I'm going to make sure I glue this whole inside portion. Now, so far I have one clip that I can use to clip it down. Let's grab another one. Just to give it a little added push down. So yes, even though I am using my bookbinding pieces here, it will stay down. Now I want this as in the middle as I'm going to get it, which is like right here. And I want this as close to the edge as I can get it. Don't want to have to cut it. So, like that. And then, I don't know if I want a dark one or a light one or what, but I think I'm just going to take a dark one here. And we're going to stick it in the hole. Fold it over, so now we have this little piece here. So, I mean, you could honestly make it whatever size you want to. Again, this is way smaller than this. And make it however you want to. I think they used craft paper with this, or some kind of homemade paper or something that was coffee dyed. I love it, but again, great idea. And again, I just made it a little bigger. You can add more papers to it. You can sew it. I mean, that's what this person did. There is stitching. So that tells me, I don't know if she sewed the what exactly. I think she sewed the entire thing to it. I don't know. Again, I have no clue how she sewn that. I think she may have just sewn the papers. I don't know. But I do know this is pretty cool. And I really like this idea. And again, it doesn't look that bad. I only did 4 papers because, again, I wanted to make sure it can stay together the way I wanted it to. And honestly, now, because of how I made it, it's going to work perfectly behind one of these pieces in the tuck spot. So that was where the idea came from, was I wanted something in here. So I went through my idea area and came up with this. So I'm actually going to keep this with my pinned stuff here, so then it's ready to go for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day or night. I want to make sure I close this before I need a new pin. And we'll see you next time. Bye.